Okay?
And these
So-
organizations, that's
So all of
fine.
this is out of scope for OLPC and Sugar Labs. Everything that is out of scope for OLPC and Sugar Labs, but is related to the education and economic development, the infrastructure and finance and whatever else, is in scope for Earth Treasury or our partners. And a large part of what I do is not to attempt to do any of this stuff myself, but to find the right partners and let them know what is actually needed of them to make what we're doing that much more effective.
I saw a hand raised.
So they're all, sorry.
Somebody raise their hand in the back there.
Yeah.
The practical matter of the microfinance is that if you attach the microfinance to the OLE centers in those countries,
Exactly. That's, part of that is the idea that the OLE centers have to have a business plan.
right, they have
And
to
the
be
microfinance
self-sufficient
then-
3 to 5 years.
Then becomes self-sustaining and sustains their work in addition to the economic development in the community.
So if Sugar Labs is working with these OLE centers, you want
Yeah.
the microfinance
Oh, yes,
part of
OLE,
it,
absolutely.
entrepreneurship, financial literacy.
Right.
As part of the whole model, and that way, if you have this microfinance from the beginning with the OLE centers, it will lead them to their self-sufficiency, which in turn helps Sugar get the
Right.
computers into the hands and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So what are we talking about? Is there something I
Well-
could write here?
That,
OLE business plans. Now, the OLE business plan is, first, that it must have a path to being self-sustaining.
So-
But second,
so
that it intends to
specifically,
make.
when we talk about OLE business plans, we're talking about OLE
OLE
being a
in one country.
repository for teaching business plans to people who come to them.
I
A
know.
resource for
OLE
teaching.
must have its own business plan to become
OLE needs its
self-sustaining.
own.
In
so-
each country, OLE
Each
per
OLE
country.
center.
Yeah. But what you were saying, Greg, is correct, that they are also going to be teaching in the community how to do that. This leads to the next step, which is curriculum, textbooks. Actually, not textbooks as conventionally understood, but teaching materials using our software capability, using our connectivity. And the business curriculum is an essential item on this list. Because everybody knows, and countries, of course, are doing all the conventional curriculum work, that they're thinking about all the textbooks they need for their conventional subjects, yet almost no public school system in the world teaches business. That is left to private schools by design, almost everywhere. That the idea is that the only people who are going to learn business are the children of people who are in business.
So where's healthcare?
Right, a good one.
Before we leave,
Healthcare on the
before we
OLE
go to
list.
healthcare.
No, we're not gonna leave, just put it out, and we'll come back to.
Well, I wanted to
healthcare.
talk about curriculum first.
Yeah, put healthcare out on the what we missed.
Put a second,
And
put
we'll do
curriculum.
curriculum. Yes,
It seemed to me that Greg was saying he felt the curriculum has been missed today, so he should add it to the
yes,
list.
curriculum has been missed, right. And so now we're going to University of Education, Winneba, Ghana, on what is to be done. University of Education.
At,
Winneba. WINNEBA, which partners with One Village Foundation, put one OVF up, and Earth Trader. They do education programs, they do computer training programs, and they have a group doing WiMAX wireless installations, so that the town will have
that's
some
what,
degree.
that's what one, so what does One Village do?
One Village organized with some people at Winneba for their Echo Village concept, which at this point is talking about the program called Catch IT Young. And the wireless program and computer courses for the teaching students at Winneba and so on. There's much more to be developed, as you were saying. And so I should have made it clear. We are open for people to add what we missed, as we just did with healthcare and curriculum. And if anybody knows a group like so put floss manuals on it to be done. Floss, Adam Hyde will be here tomorrow, I believe, and we will discuss going to the governments of various countries, the ministries of education, and proposing new textbooks that make use of the software on the laptop and so forth. And we have a process that we call the book sprint, where last week 8 of us got together in a little house in the country and made a book on circumvention, how to access stuff on the internet that your government is blocking, which is not proposed.
That'll be a bestseller.
Not proposed for inclusion on the laptop, right?
But you're going to sell it to the ministries of education?
It's available.
Yeah, I'm going to.
So we started on Monday with just the links to the source material, and we finished on Friday with dotting the I's and crossing the T's, so to speak, in all the proofreading. And Adam then took the finished chapters, turned them into an electronic book, put it up on lulu.com, and we ordered some copies, some of which have arrived by now.
I mean, it's nice to have a rapid prototyping process for books.
No, it's
Look,
fine.
here is the evidence that these people can bang out to us.
That's pretty
No,
cool,
I-
actually.
I'm not sure the example for a book that you're trying to sell a program to ministries of education, I'm not sure.
Well, you don't need to use that as the example. You need
Well,
to use that
that's-
as your practice.
There are other examples. That was probably not the best one. But
No, I-
banging out something with floss manuals and putting
I
it
think
in
we
Lulu
understand
and
this
handing out a
principle.
few copies.
I'm talking the geek talk to the geek audience, okay? I talk ministry to ministers. But it is important that we will be able to get subject matter experts plus experts in this process together in place. And if we know what the content is supposed to look like, we can bang it out. Now, Alan Kay will tell you that we can't do this because it takes 5 years to work out what you want to do with a lesson in small talk and try it in the classroom, test it, observe, refine, try again before he's satisfied, okay? Alan Kay is the Charles Babbage and Johannes Gutenberg of education. Nothing can ever be good enough. We will release regardless. So, you know, I mean, we'll have arguments. We're supposed to have arguments. It's not a problem.
How does floss manuals make money? How do they sustain
They
themselves?
get a contract to put out a book.
Uh-huh.
Expenses are paid. The contracting party gets a portion of the proceeds, and the people writing and maintaining get a portion of the proceeds, and our print-on-demand company gets a portion.
So think of things like
I'm sorry? What are they?
They're both music sites that pay artists for submitting samples.
Not
Oh.
CC Mixter.
CC Mixter.
No, not CC Mixter. There's no business model associated with CC Mixter at all. You've got Magnitude and you've got Jamendo, but CC Mixter is
Okay,
purely
but
repository.
we have a model that we're trying to discuss, which is it's possible to submit samples and get paid per use, per download, per
Greg is
whatever.
doing
But in any case, that's not our model. We're talking about getting experts together. So
Yeah,
if somebody wants
that's
to.
true.
Now, at some point, the teachers and even the children will start submitting lessons, and we will draw on that, and we will hire some of those teachers as experts for future textbooks. Okay, yes?
So, I participated in some grant writing for creating educational content.
Good.
And when you do grants for the NSF or anybody else,
Yeah.
one of the things you have to say in your grant is, how are you going to disseminate this out to the world?
Right.
So, One Laptop per Child Sugar now has 500,000 potential users that we're ready to talk about, will certainly be going up. So creating, reaching out to people who are writing these grants